So, we're all feeling it, right? The speed of AI is incredible, but man, it comes with a lot of noise. The goal of this explainer is to just cut right through all of that. We're going to unpack some really clear, really powerful frameworks for working with AI to get you from that feeling of confusion to a place of real confidence. Does this quote hit home for you? It really gets to the heart of this new kind of anxiety we're all feeling with AI. I mean, we've got these amazing tools that let us work faster, produce way more stuff, clear our inboxes like magic. But then, in those quiet moments, there's this feeling, this weird sense of disconnection. It's not just about being more productive anymore. It's about feeling kind of adrift and wondering, where is all this speed actually taking us?
And you know that feeling of being adrift? It makes total sense, because what we're going through right now, it isn't just another tech trend. It's not like learning a new app on your phone. This is a fundamental meaning shift. The old rules, the old job descriptions, the very logic our work was built on, it's all being rewritten as we speak. We're not just getting new tools. The entire ground is shifting under our feet.
So, how in the world do we navigate this? Well, the very first step is to realize the problem isn't the AI itself. It's our own outdated mindset. For decades, we've been wired to value efficiency and control above everything else. And in this new world, that's the very thing that's holding us back.
Think about it. For a really long time, the world of work was complicated. Picture a big, finely tuned machine. Everything was linear, predictable, controllable. The goal was super simple. Just make the machine run faster and more efficiently. We built entire companies around this logic, with hierarchies and processes all designed for one thing: maximum output, minimum surprises. And hey, for a while it worked.
But here's the twist. AI doesn't live in that complicated world. It operates in a complex one. And a complex system isn't a machine. It's more like an ecosystem. It's all interconnected, it's adaptive. New, totally unpredictable things can just emerge. Trying to apply that old logic of control to a complex system, it's like trying to command a garden to grow on a schedule. It just doesn't work that way.
This new reality really demands a whole new mindset. We've got to move from what you could call automation-first, which is all about using AI to replace human tasks just for efficiency's sake, to augmentation-first, and this is where things get interesting. Augmentation is where AI isn't a replacement, it's an amplifier. It's a tool that boosts our uniquely human skills, our judgment, our creativity, our ability to adapt on the fly. Okay, so if we're going to adopt this augmentation mindset, what does that actually look like day to day? How do we as individuals start working in this new way? Let's get into a really practical framework you can start using pretty much immediately.
We've all been trained to think that working with AI starts with writing the perfect prompt, right? We find some template, copy-paste our request, hit enter, and just cross our fingers for a little bit of magic. But what if that's exactly where we're going wrong? What if jumping straight into that prompt window is the very reason we get such flat, generic, and kind of useless results?
So instead of starting with a prompt, let's start with a canvas. The cognitive canvas is this mental space that you build for yourself before you even open up that AI chat. It's where you sketch out your own thoughts, you gather your context, and you really define the problem. It's all about shifting from prompting from confusion to painting from clarity. I mean, you wouldn't ask an artist to create a masterpiece without a canvas, right? It's the same idea here.
And the best part is, this isn't about learning some complicated new technical skill. The canvas is built on 3 modes of thinking that you already use every single day. We just need to start using them with a little more intention.
These faculties, this is your side of the bargain in the partnership. First up is reflection, just pausing to ask, hey, is this even the right question to be giving the AI? Second is engineering thinking, breaking that big problem down into a logical sequence of steps for the AI to follow. And third, the leadership mindset. You make the final call, you judge the output, and you own the result. AI just can't do that stuff for you.
Now let's see how these faculties actually structure your work. They map directly onto the 3 layers of pretty much any project you do: gathering your data, processing your ideas, and then creating that final output. Think of it like a roadmap for applying your human intelligence at every stage of your collaboration with AI.
So here's what that workflow looks like in practice. First, in the gather data stage, you use reflection to figure out your context and your goals. Then, when you're ready to structure processing, you switch to engineering thinking to design the steps, basically building the circuit for your idea. And finally, as it all comes together, you use your leadership mindset to guide the output. You delegate tasks to the AI and you judge the final result.
It's a simple, repeatable process for pretty much any task you do with AI.
Okay, so that's the framework for you, the individual. But this new way of working, it can't really thrive in a vacuum. It needs a completely different kind of environment. And that means we need a totally new model for what it means to be a leader.
General Stanley McChrystal gave us this brilliant metaphor. For years, we've thought of leaders as chess masters, right? Controlling every piece, planning every single move, relying on everything being predictable. But in the complex, messy world of AI, that model just completely breaks down. We need leaders who are more like gardeners. Gardeners don't control growth, they cultivate the conditions for it. They tend the soil, they make sure there's water and light, and then they trust the system to do its thing and flourish.
And you know, the single most important nutrient a gardener provides is trust. In this new, complex world, you just can't control every outcome. It's impossible. But what you can do is create psychological safety. And that allows for emergence, those unexpected, brilliant ideas that can only grow in a healthy, trusting environment. Fear kills emergence. Trust lets people explore, experiment, and adapt.
So how do you actually build this trust into the structure of your organization? Well, one really powerful idea is called the greenhouse model. Think of it as a practical way to put that gardener mindset into action. It's not just another corporate program, it's a new rhythm for the whole organization, a repeating pattern designed specifically to let those new ideas emerge. The model itself is actually pretty simple, but it's powerful. One day, every 2 weeks, everybody steps out of their normal job roles to work on projects based purely on a shared purpose. And get this, there are no KPIs, no reporting, no evaluations. Why? Because when you remove that fear of being judged, you create a space for real, genuine innovation. It allows people to be driven by their inner fire, their own curiosity and passion, instead of just external pressure. Now, when you create this kind of environment and when individuals start working with AI in this new way, something pretty incredible starts to happen. The future stops looking like this big, scary threat and starts looking like a massive opportunity. We start to see the new roles we're actually going to need to invent.
We hear it all the time that AI is going to take our jobs, but the reality is a lot more nuanced and honestly way more exciting than that. Our tasks aren't just disappearing, they're reassembling. They're shifting around, clustering together in new ways, and forming completely new patterns of work. The old job titles might fade away, sure, but all sorts of new kinds of value are being created in their place.
These new roles, and you can think of them all as variations of an AI orchestrator. They won't be about just doing the work. They'll be about curation, interpretation, and guidance. You might become an agent whisperer, gently nudging a model towards a breakthrough idea, or a context designer, carefully curating the exact data an AI learns from. The focus totally shifts from doing the work to guiding the system that helps do the work. And that really brings us to the final and most crucial point of all this. AI is an amplifier. It doesn't have its own values, it doesn't have its own logic, it just accelerates whatever logic we feed into it. It will make our systems faster, more powerful, no question. So the ultimate question isn't really about the technology, it's about us. Are we going to build systems based on extraction, designed to squeeze out every last drop of profit? Or are we going to build them on a foundation of belonging and shared purpose? The choice of what to amplify, well, that's ours.